welcome to the show. Today I thought I would pick up the topic on work-life experience, balancing work and life, balancing everything in the society, the community is very difficult. Each one of us at the end of the day has to face the challenge of how do we balance both our work, our life, our relationships. So something like that came across my way, and I thought this was the right thing to speak with my audience. So thank you for inviting me to your homes. Being a mother, a wife, of course a daughter, and then work is quite challenging. We think that we can do one, or we multitask at all times. But it is really challenging, and most of us in reality aren't successful, or we are successful. Now, what do we prioritize in our lives? Because I believe that we have a culture of success if we can do it all. But can we really do it all? There was a time when there was a single breadwinner, and perhaps there was satisfaction, there was peace, but again, women weren't very happy back then. They wanted their independence, they wanted their freedom, they wanted to be out there, and so started the two working part of the family. But on the other hand, what did happen to the family? Some of them have succeeded. Others, unfortunately, the family broke down. Because if mom and dad are not home, who raises the children? The children go to daycare, and all right, but it's not just about taking care, just not feeding the children or clothing the children. Who will guide them? At every age, the children need guidance. And perhaps that's where society saw the breaking down of the family. It's very difficult subject. It's even difficult for me when I have to think about it, and when I talk to people or discuss, we see that, wow, what is the solution? Most of us want to be successful. Most of us want to be successful mothers, successful wives, successful workers, be happy. But are we, and will we ever be? On the other hand, how do we bring back our families to be united? When both parents have gone out to work, some have children, some don't. But when they do have children, who raises them? Today, fathers do stay at home many times, or are equal partners in caring for the children. But as we know through life, maybe today one parent has a job, maybe the other parent doesn't have a job. That doesn't make them happy. So whichever parent doesn't have a job feels that he or she isn't successful. And again, the focus lies on how do I become successful, whether in entrepreneurship, whether working for any corporate, wherever. So none of us have been able to successfully mention to say that, oh, we have a perfect life balance, or we are not even close to perfect. It's just we are each trying to catch up to the next day. It could be that a child is sick, a mother needs to stay home, or a father needs to stay home. How many of us really do so? Or do we call help? And we us just feel safe that the child is in the hands of somebody who will care for them throughout the day. Ultimately, I would always think that, is that what we wanted in our lives? Just to be cared for? Or we wanted to do all of our chores, all of our relationships in a perfect manner? We wanted to raise our own children. We wanted to guide them, educate them, play with them, vacation with them, grow up. so that they respect you for being who you were. So it's a very, very complicated subject, and each one of us, whether we say it loud, we are facing this challenge in our lives. There's no one to support us. There's no one to guide us. There's only this hue and cry is we got to be successful. And today's women want to be successful in every field, and they consider them successful. But in reality, as I sit through different meetings, I've noticed none of the women who consider them successful are really happy, because somewhere, somehow, they know that they are lacking in certain parts of their lives, that they weren't there, whether be it for their children, whether be it for their husbands, whether be it for their parents, or whether be it for their friends. They have, most of them I have noticed, have surely been there for their career. So at the end of the day, I have to say that most of us have an excellent career, because that's the only success that society sees as successful. Society doesn't see whether a mother is a great mother who stays home, who takes care of their children, as a successful mom or a successful wife. Similarly, this is the culture that we are surrounded with. We see success only in our careers, whether it's a man or it's a woman or anyone. If you're successful in your career, you have become very successful. The terminology, I believe, needs to be changed. So what is success? Is it success of happiness? Is it success of relationship? Is it success of children? Is it success of home? Is it success of being a family? Is that important? Or we can just term that I'm a successful woman with a successful career and an independent woman. Same for a man, because if a man stays home, even today, people raise their eyebrows to say, what does he do? Yet we call for equality. But then they question, why is he home? Why is he taking care of the child? Where is his wife? Where is his babysitter? So many questions. So one of the things I thought is, why not all over the globe, because it's not just concentrated in one place, it's everywhere. Why don't we all across the globe question ourselves, what is success to us? What does it mean? If it is only career, then great. Why don't we teach the next generation that concentrate on your career, focus on your career, be successful in your career, and you're happy? Then we shouldn't be trying to portray that a successful woman is a one who has a great career, has been a mother, has been a wife, a daughter, etc., etc., etc. Because no one can be successful in everything. So instead of living this lie, why not we educate each one of us, as well as our next generations, that choose what you want. If you would like to be a stay-at-home mom, then be happy doing so. If you have the resources, then that's absolutely okay. If you want to be a career woman, then focus and be so. Be happy. That's perfectly fine. And if you want to be a daughter or a son, want to take care of your family and your parents, that too is perfectly fine, because you're there for their old age. Instead of pointing fingers as what success is, let's question each one of us what success should be. The happiness at the end and the success at the end is not related monetarily. If it is financial, then it has to be focused on the career. or in the entrepreneurship, whatever that brings in the resources, but not when it's relationship. And women have to get out of this to say that you cannot multitask. Oh, I'm a great multitasker. No, women cannot keep on saying this, that I can do it all. I can multitask, I can be a career woman, I can raise my children. Because in reality, when you are in a high power career or when you are in any kind of focused career, how can you be there for your children? How can you be there for your husband? How can you be there for your parents or your friends and relationships? You cannot. Then don't claim it. So yes, if you are one who says, well, that's not my prime focus, I want to raise my children, then respect that mother, respect that woman, respect that father who has decided to raise his own children or her own children. The society's expectations need to change, or else we are just ruining everything in society. Our expectations lead us to depression. And then we have thoughts that we shouldn't. All of these mental health is related to some kind of a trauma. And then we keep on saying, all our magazines, all our papers read that, oh, she's done that, oh, he has done that, and that's success. So Forbes magazines comes up to say, oh, this is the billionaires, these are the millionaires. Every other magazines, these are the stars. Always expecting to do something as well as multitask. And so what we have, a broken society, broken homes, broken communities, mental health has reached to an extent that is unbelievable. But all this can be changed. We all can start thinking, take a step back and start thinking that what is important to me? If you're highly educated and you wanted to do a research, wanted to invent a solution for whether it be a technology, whether it be it medicine, go ahead, do so. But don't struggle to say that, well, I could do that and I can do this and I will do that. And then when you fail, that's when happens the mental health and the broken family syndrome. And the effect falls on the children. The effect falls on relationships. It just gets worse. And you turn out to be a bitter person. So, and when I speak focused on women, I also have noticed the same syndrome for men. Because men do try to help. Men have been the breadwinner for a very long time. And then we decided we too want to be an equal breadwinner so that we can bring in more resources, we can have a different lifestyle. Expectations have risen, so we want a different lifestyle. But then you have to pay. Even for all of that, you do have to pay somewhere. And where we have paid is with our families, with our children, broken homes, broken relationships. And then at the end of the day, mental health. So I strongly believe that each one of us, including me, when we speak on a subject related to success, we have to question what success means to each one of us, each individual. What does it mean? So if I was surrounded by people, I would definitely ask, what does success mean to you? Is it just working for a very big company? Is it climbing the ladder in the corporate world? Is it sitting on the boards? Is it winning elections? Is it leading a group? Or is it spirituality? Is it being a mom, being a wife? Does anybody today believe that just being a homemaker can make you happy? And we had this discussion. And the answer was, well, no, as soon as the children grow up, I need to do something. I need to do something. So that's when the question arises that, oh, Why would that woman or man say that he needs to do something? The reason is he's not achieving the respect. Society is not being kind to him or her. And so there is this urge, as soon as the kids grow up, need to do something. But the most important thing that he or she is doing is raising those children, because those children notices what the parent thinks. It thinks that I need to do something. That means what I'm doing right now is not as important. It will be important when I do something again related to career, whether be it business, whether be it corporate life. Now that's more important. So guess what the message we have sent to the children that we were raising while we were homemakers? Well, I got to do this responsibility. I'm just committed to this responsibility of caring for the little ones, but I'm not happy, because my real happiness is when I do something, when I earn, when I become someone in the corporate ladder. That's when I'm successful. So the children who were being reared realized that this is not important. So the next generation then gets mixed messages. It'll be wonderful if all of us can sit back and take a stand to think that what makes us happy, what makes us comfortable, what is our lifestyle, and what are we expecting from life. And this way, we can then be on the track for getting the right jobs, right careers. And maybe some people want to just work 36 hours. Maybe some people want to work 60 hours. But you can make that choice, and that way raise your family, be a part of this life. Because just because we are running, each one of us are running, that doesn't mean that any one of us are happy. We have violence because of these reasons. When we have two breadwinners under one umbrella, that starts with, many kind of violence. There's domestic violence, there is, equality violence. There's so many kinds of violence that starts. And why not confront them by saying that, what do I want from life? If I have to make a change, let me do so. At least the rest of my life is going to be better. Whether be it for the children, whether be it for the next generation, and people who do not have children. They may be for friends. They could be the role model for friends, role model for the community, to say you can be happy. You don't always have to be focused only, one and only. That's career, money. These are not the only source of happiness. So I'm trying to make sure that we again have a very united families. We have good upbringing, and we do care for our next generation and send them the right message. We stop violence. We can take care of our mental health if we sit down every day for 10 minutes and think about it. Think about it, that 60-hour work week, was that important? That 70-hour work week, was that so important? Instead of spending some time with your children, your loved ones, your community, your other relationships, or I want to just work half those hours and spend my life with the rest of them. This way we can balance. So I hope you liked my show. I hope you liked my message. And I would still keep on trying to search for happiness, to see that how women can multitask, and then also say that they can do it all. And then when everything breaks down, I want to say that's not enough. The message is, let's think What makes us happy? What is success? It's very important to know what success is to us. Is it the lifestyle that you want to lead? Is it the relationships that you want to have? Is it the peace, the care that you want to provide for yourself as well for your loved ones? Let me know. Nice to be here again. I'm Isha. Thank you.